Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the President and COO of the Television Academy, Mary McIntyre.
Good evening. On behalf of the Television Academy, welcome to the historic Montalban Theater. We are delighted that you could be with us tonight for this conversation with the incomparable women of American Horror Story. Yes. Before we get started, I'd like to thank the Television Academy's Chairman and CEO, Bruce Rosenblum, along with our Activities Committee, including co-chairs Tony Carey and Michael Levine. I'd also like to thank our Activities Manager, Melissa Brown, and all of our dedicated staff who make these events possible. Thanks also go to Telescope for creating the American Horror Story fan filter found on our event page, featuring real-time social posts and fan questions. And of course, special thanks to our panelists and the folks at FX for being with us tonight. You know, we're not really supposed to show favoritism here at the Television Academy. And with all the phenomenal work that's being done in the medium right now, it's really nearly impossible to watch it all. But I have to admit to a little fanaticism tonight. And I am sure all of you here will understand when I confess that I have watched American Horror Story religiously since it first started airing in October 2011. And clearly, I'm not alone in loving it. The show, since it has premiered, has received 43 awards, including 8 Primetime Emmys, which is phenomenal. As it looks toward its 5th season with American Horror Story Hotel, we are sure it will continue to chill us with its gripping storylines and its complex characters. Tonight, we are excited to present a unique panel covering all 4 seasons of American Horror Story, focusing on the show's rich female characters and their point of view, and featuring some of the outstanding women who have worked in front of and behind the camera. Joining us this evening are Kathy Bates, Jamie Brewer, Connie Britton, Sarah Paulson, Lily Rabe, Gabourey Sidibe, Jennifer Salt, and Alexis Martin Woodall. We are also excited to have as moderator of tonight's event, Variety's executive editor of television, Deborah Birnbaum. At the end of tonight's discussion, there will be 2 microphones located at the top of each aisle, where you will have the opportunity to ask the panelists your own questions. So now, before we welcome the women to the stage, it is my privilege to present an exclusive video montage from the combined seasons. Yes. Thank you again for joining us for this evening with the women of American Horror Story, and enjoy the conversation.
What are you scared of?
Lately? Everything.
Play with me.
I'm ready. The Minotaur was always my favorite.
I forbid you to talk to my son or to set foot in this house again. I didn't know you could do that.
Neither did I until now. She set the neighbor's curtains on fire. It was awesome.
Voodoo, witchcraft. This town ain't big enough for the 2 of us.
I thought I told you to throw that thing away. Oh, you're not talking?
Good God, woman, you've got to knock this shit off. Beg your pardon. The crying. You gotta get it under control. You're making me nuts.
It's not your fault, baby. It's mine. I'm not afraid of you. I wouldn't give you that satisfaction. Ow!
You must provide an innocent.
She's innocent, mostly. She killed the neighbor, but the bitch had it coming.
You were the monster in every one of my closets. I'm crying for the girl in me who dies when you die.
Then kill them both right now.
You were our mother. There's people around here who never even met theirs. You understand the pain of being rejected by your own mother?
Oh, you gonna kill me? Go on, do it. You don't have the guts.
Get out. This is freak women only.
You could shave me bald as a cue ball and I'll still be the hottest tamale in this joint.
I'd love nothing more than melt your ugly face right off your skull, but you are ignorant. And you are not leaving this earth until I educate you about those people you torture. My people.
Stop! Stop it! I don't like it. Stop! Stop!
You okay?
Too much noise.
Do you ever get tired of cleaning up other people's messes? We're women. It's what we do.
Put the goddamn baby down! Now!
Who are you?
You must be Misty. I'm Stevie Nicks.
This is a very crowded house.
Why are you in my house?
That magic box lies. Somebody in there. They just said that Negro is the president of the United States.
I voted for him twice.
Lies.
I don't seek you out. What would you do? The human girl you've taken hostage sings to me.
No, heavenly host. Will you release me? Can you release me?
Oh, shut up, you stupid shell!
What the hell's all that about? Ma, you swore off this stuff.
Well, I'm swearing back on.
I never agreed to this.
You're being selfish. I have talent and a man who wants to marry me and have babies. It's all coming true, but none of it is possible with you here.
Sorry, you won't be going to Hollywood, Elsa. So you won't be there with me.
Chin up. We're gonna get you cured.
That's enough. Let's move on.
I'm done. Thank you, everyone, and thank you so much for coming tonight. I really appreciate how excited you all are to be here, and we're thrilled to be here, too. I'm Deborah Birnbaum. I'm the executive editor of TV for Variety. Joining me, these fantastic, lovely women. To my left is executive producer Jennifer Salt. And I feel these women need no introduction, but I will continue. She'll always be precious to us, Gabby Sidibe. She is our wonderful bearded lady, Kathy Bates. She proved that two heads are always better than one. Sarah Paulson. She will always be Mrs. Coach to me, Connie Britton. We love her when she's naughty and when she's nice, Lily Rabe. She scared me when she was the ventriloquist dummy, Jamie Brewer. And producer Alexis Martin Woodall. So I'm going to start off with a question for our producers. You have assembled a fantastic cast of really strong women. How has that emerged as just a fantastic theme of the series? How were you able to build that out?
Well, I think the linchpin of everything and the reason that we are all here and the reason that everybody feels the way they do about American Horror is that Ryan Murphy is more enthralled with women and strong women and interesting women and tough women and gorgeous women and glamorous women and every imaginable kind of female is what he lives for, and bringing them to the screen and giving them great things to do is what he lives for. So that's why we're all lucky, and that's why we all get to do this, and then people like this want to work on the show. These are great, great actresses, every single one of them. They're all amazing. and there's no end to the women that want to, you know, be on the show. And that's because of Ryan. That's because of Ryan's passion, and I don't think there's really anyone else doing that in television.
So I'll throw this one out to the cast. What is it about the show that made you want to work on it?
Well, God, I for one just like to be employed. So
Paychecks are good.
I just wasn't really, you know, I was certainly not, and nor do I continue to be a person who just gets scripts and I toss them off and go, no, not this one, this one. So I sort of chased it and got lucky that he, you know, let me play on the field with these incredible actors. So,
Kathy, what about you? What was it about the show?
My show got kicked to the curb. I had a double mastectomy, and I needed help. And thanks to my friend Jessica Lange, she got an appointment with me, with Ryan, and he pitched Delphine Lalaurie, and I came to life after all those difficult months, and my inner child ran about the room, and it was like coming back to life again, and boy, oh boy, I just hit the ground running, you know.
And Connie?
Well, I was in the first season, so there was no American Horror Story yet. And so and I had just finished working on Friday Night Lights and was really nervous about what I was going to do next. And Ryan came to me with this great, bizarre idea. And the thing that he said to me, he said, you can take my word for it that you will not be doing anything that you've been doing for the last 5 years in this show. And that appealed to me a lot. And, you know, Ryan is an incredible visionary. And I could tell that even though we hadn't shot anything yet. And, you know, I felt hugely grateful to have the opportunity to give it a shot. And it was something that was scary to me. The idea of this was very scary to me, and I wanted to do something that was scary to me. So, mission accomplished.
You've hinted that you would think about returning. Does that
me?
mean? Yes.
Who, me?
Who you? Yes, you.
Of course I would return. This is... No, but who wouldn't? I mean, this is really, it's an extraordinary place to be on this show, and you know, I was fortunate to be able to do one season, and you know, these women have been here and not here and in and out, and it's so creative and so groundbreaking each time, I think, and I would love to come back. I just, you know, scheduling is tricky with this other thing. I got this other thing going on. Did you say UN?
She said do it.
Oh, do it. I said, oh, you want to talk about the UN? Fantastic. I love you guys. Right, do it. Yeah, okay.
And Lily, what attracted you to the part?
Well, Ryan, in the first season, I got a call. He said, I've written this part that I want you to play, and it's, I think, 3 episodes, maybe a few more, and her name is Nora, and I was actually doing a play at Williamstown, which is a very tiny theater. Yeah. I was doing a Doll's House playing Nora, and so that was sort of amazing. I wasn't really available to do it, and I said, well, I only have Mondays off, and he said, oh, well, we'll make it work. And I just think Ryan is the only person in the world who, when you are truly not available to, he makes it work. And most people would just think, oh, what a nuisance that's going to be. Get someone else. But he will move mountains and it's such an incredible feeling. And then after that season, yeah, he said, would you come back for, do it full time next year? And I was like, yeah, sure. So I didn't go to Williamstown.
Jamie, what about you?
Honestly, it's an amazing feeling with an individual with Down syndrome. I have watched so many movies with all them in it, with all these phenomenal women in them. With Kathy Bates from old time Titanic, Sarah Paulson, the other sister, and it's amazing. I'm an Orange County grown-up kind of girl, and also a Texan as well. When I got the news for American Horror, I was actually living in Texas at the time. 2 friends of mine actually told me about it. One submitted me. I got pinned for the role of Adelaide, which had Down syndrome. It was very personal to me because I have Down syndrome. But once I got in and once I got to the set, when I met Dylan, which is a phenomenal man, Connie, Thaisa as well, Jessica Lange, being her daughter, it's incredible. And that's where the first season, it's an amazing feeling. Right out of the gate of my theater from 8th grade and getting this. It's a true inspiration. And I love it. I really do. My personal family has encouraged me so much to go for my dreams, be inspired. And now look at me. I've gone through Fashion Week in New York. I've done the Mary Fiera show. And on top of that, along with that, I couldn't have done all this without you guys. Being part of an amazing show that's gone on for 4 seasons. Adelaide in the first season, Nan in the Coven, and Marjorie in the 4th. Working with Neil Patrick Harris is amazing.
And Gabby, what about you?
Well, I've been a Ryan Murphy fan for a while because I love Popular so much. Popular is so far ahead of its time, it needs to be back. And I've also always been a creep. And I remember watching American Horror the first season, and I would only watch it Thursday mornings because I was too scared to watch it on Wednesday nights. And like every new episode would be like, what is this? This is so creepy and so scary and so amazing. I wanted to know what it would be like to like die and that not matter. And so, which is what we did. I was so grateful to be on Coven. I was so excited. I would have swept the floors to do Coven. Don't tell him that now. Now I will do it for $1 million. Nothing less. Mama's got bills. But I was so happy to be. I just wanted to be a part of something that was so creepy. And yeah, I'm a creep. And here we are. And I died multiple times, and it didn't matter.
please.
Our season, we really wanted to do a spin-off TV show called Queenie in the Head. She's already got the set. Yeah, and that at the beginning she could be in a park and throw the head up.
It's gotta be amazing.
Like 1990s sitcom style.
Yeah, we're shopping it. We're shopping it. Don't steal our idea.
This is the right place to pitch it. Go for it. So I would like to know if you could play any other character from the series, any of the seasons other than your own, which one would you like to play and why? Anyone take it.
I'm blanking on her name. I wanted Angela's character, Madame Marie Laveau, because of the jumpsuits alone. No, she was fierce. Every episode, just like a jumpsuit, making her look all tall, and like them braids were everything. I take that.
I think I go Myrtle Snow. I think Frances Conroy is like one of the great actresses of the world. And you know, she would always sit like Snuffleupagus with that wig on, like taking naps. I mean, we would just be sitting around there and we'd look over and there'd be Fran. She would always pick up her chair, by the way, and like move it away from all the girls because she wanted nothing to do with us because she had to focus and concentrate. And we were like, hey, Franny, well, did you get a text on Twitter? And she's just like, I have no time for this. I have to rest. And then like, it was just really, it was amazing. But she just would do these things. Remember that bit in Coven with I don't remember what it was, where she had to smoke that cigarette and she just kept peeking around the corner. We could not look at, or in the line, she had got all the best lines, you know, the bidet and all the.
An Olympian's ejaculate.
Yes, Olympian's ejaculate. A charcuterie plate and a bidet, the savage. I mean, it was just like, it just really. Yes, exactly. We couldn't get through it. I just think she's genius, and that part was exquisite, and she did it so beautifully, and I think that.
It's a good one.
For me, yeah. What about you, Connie?
No pressure. You don't have to answer.
Can I just be Stevie Nicks?
Yeah.
I mean, let's be honest. Okay, yeah, I'll just be Stevie Nicks. Cool. Next.
Lily?
Bloody face.
That's good.
No, I really don't have a great answer because I've loved, gosh, I've loved the.
Your own character was pretty fucking great. I mean, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I've loved all the other, everybody else is so great in the performance. It's like, that's yours.
Axeman? I'm just gonna say
All men.
All men. No, I don't have a good answer for this question. I'm sorry.
Yeah, for me, it's a mix of personality-wise. Some of the mix that I see are Fiona, Cordelia, Delphine, Misty, and Vivian. And Queenie.
And also Zoe. And also
possibly Zoe.
Violet. Tate. I'd like not Tate for me.
Very well done.
Or I mean, what's back on here, do you?
I wanted to play Lana from Asylum.
She totally doesn't mean it at all.
She doesn't mean it at all. Fire!
It's her gift.
Fire!
It's her gift to me
Fire.
for never shutting up about it. It's true.
We have a fire.
All right, you're gonna have to explain
No,
the fire
actually,
joke.
I would play any of Jessica's parts. Yeah. It wouldn't be the same thing. You know, when I stand next to her on a red carpet, we look like an olive on a toothpick. Right? Am I right? Come on, let's just be honest here.
Number 2.
Boo! Oh, God. And I hate it. The photographer say, come on, let's get two of you together. And Jessica's always going like this, and I'm going like, I know I'm going to be looking at this on Twitter. Fire. I've got to calm down. All right. It's your turn.
My turn. Let's talk about working with Jessica. I mean, I feel like she's not here, but to talk about Women of American Horror Story, it's hard not to talk about her. So let's talk about working with Jessica. What was that like?
You go.
Yes, it is amazing. I've had the pleasure of working with her more than I've worked with any actor ever in my career thus far, because we did a play together in 2005. Thank you. And then the seasons of American Horror Story. She to me is like a cat on a wire. She's very alive and incredibly present and totally scary as hell, because she just, you know, there's something very unnerving about a person that's that alert in a scene with you, because you just kind of can't get away with anything. Not that I'm trying to. But it's an extraordinary thing to do. I've learned a lot working with her, you know. She's very instinctual. She doesn't come in with an entire plan about how to play a scene at all, which is, I think, very interesting, and not everybody works that way. So it's sort of, I don't work that way sometimes, so it's sort of interesting to be in a scene with a person who works in a completely opposing way to you.
She's tough.
She's tough, and she's
tough on scripts and.
Yes, yeah.
So but she's uncompromising when it comes to the work and the truth of what's going on, you know. Fire!
Alexis, what was it like
I did a
working with
movie
her?
with her years and years and years ago, and I was so nervous to work with her and so enamored of her. And I remember walking up to her and saying, "So, are you Hope Lange's daughter?" And she said, "No," and started laughing hysterically at me. So, well, you had to be there. Anyway, and it was just really embarrassing, but I'm proud to call her my friend after all of these years, you know, but we have a good sense of humor. I never let her get away with her shit. I really don't. So I love her. I love her a lot. But and I loved working with her. I loved doing scenes with her. You know, it's true. I just couldn't wait to get out there, and I didn't have that many to do with her the first season, and I'm gonna.
I love how she's always as emotional as she is when the camera's on her. She is that emotional when the camera's on you, and I think that's a very rare thing to have a person give you. You never do that, you know.
Well, if somebody gives me something to work with, then.
And one of the first scenes that we had shot was with Jessica and Connie, and it's the first time that Vivian and Constance meet each other when Addie surprises Vivian in the house. And
Yeah, I'm gonna scare her.
yeah, and we watched the
You're
dailies.
gonna die in there.
And I spent a lot of time watching these women from a distance, a lot of time with the footage, obsessing over, I mean, I think Billy's nails in season 1 was a character in itself. But we got these dailies with Connie and Jessica, and it was these two powerful tigresses just circling each other in the room. And I remember thinking, we have a hit. There's no way to look away. You couldn't look away. And then every single person who does a scene with Jessica, you can't look away from, because they're all so fierce. And so everybody is just so powerful. And so it's that combination of Jessica's intensity and everyone else's just touch, their intensity. It's very exciting to watch. And so you start going through the footage and you think, oh, what's not, you have everything to work with. It's really amazing.
I have to say, I find her to be incredibly generous, and particularly in that first season, because, you know, we were feeling out what the show was, and, you know, as you say, she's tough, and it was actually very freeing to be with this amazing, iconic actress who was also questioning and figuring it out, because I was questioning and figuring it out. And so, you know, and to be able to watch her do that and then step into these scenes and just feel like she's completely there and completely present in such a generous way, I just felt like I got so much from that and from her, and it was very exciting to be able to have that experience.
Yeah, and also with the first season with the kitchen scene, the emotional kitchen scene between me and her, it's the combat intensity. That scene, even though I was crying a lot in that scene, I couldn't stop crying right after it. That's how intense it was. And I just loved it. I honestly and truly, with Jessica, she's a phenomenal lady. Being her only daughter in the first season, being her, quote, her only daughter is a thrill in itself. Because in this
sister though, what happened with Cordelia? Sibling
no,
rivalry?
well, yeah, that's it had the deleted scene in Kevin. In Kevin, that they deleted scene with in the first season though, it's
Don't
kind
forget
of neat
that.
because
My mom too.
it's amazing. And having
It's all coming out in the
sisters,
fifth season.
and it's just having like sisters, it's incredible.
It's just my mom too. That's all.
I'll say the word sister. Sister.
I know. I feel like I need to jump in now. Family fight. So what's been so great about the show is that it's really invented this whole new genre of ensemble storytelling. How much of a challenge has that been for you as actors? Is it fun? Is it exciting to come in each season and get to create a new character?
That's the best part. Working with these people that are, that are so talented, and everyone's, it's like playing. Like I loved I hated scenes where I was alone. I loved scenes where there was like all of us in it, or most of us. Like,
I liked when we went to the drive.
that was my favorite forever. Remember how,
And the burgers and the milkshakes were really
they were
good.
so good. We had like a strawberry milkshake, and those
And we
fries
couldn't
were
stop
so
at the
good.
beginning,
Like,
and we were like,
nom nom nom. It was really bad.
we had to eat them,
We
it
were
was awful.
shame
We
eating.
were anyway, I interrupted.
Yeah. But that was the best. My scenes with Kathy were the best. Because I love you so much. But also the other best scenes that were my favorite were like the Seven Wonders, like all that. We're all together, we're all figuring out our magic. It's just like it's so much fun. It's like being on a playground, and it's like we were a boy band. It was awesome. We were a boy band. We were basically in sync, you guys. I'm sure of that.
You need to get that boy band back together again.
One more tour.
Yeah, let's go. One more!
I don't know, I think like the greatest jackpot you can hit as an actor working in television is to have a series that's on for more than a season. And I, prior to this, had never experienced that ever. So that's an incredible thing to be able to play one character for 5, 6, 7 years. At the same time, the idea of putting on the same like lawyer's outfit or the same, doing. Sorry. I'm just saying. I'm just saying the idea that every year you get to come in. Are you okay?
I'm done.
Oh, you're done?
Great.
It's playing a new character.
Yeah. Do you want to take the question?
No. I forgot.
You want to answer?
No, you go ahead. No, really. We should take this on the road. Not tonight. Okay, continue.
I just think it's a great thing to be able to. Thank you.
Play. It's like rep theater.
Take it away.
It's like repertory theater because you're going to play new characters every year. You never know what you're going to play, and it's just amazing. What other shows do you get to do that on, except maybe The Bachelor or something? That was inspired.
I'm going to give you a rose.
Give me a rose.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. I'm just hamming this whole thing. Come on.
It's fine.
I'm going to be quiet.
I sort of anticipated I was going to lose control at some point, so I'm good with it. I'm just going with it. And one of the things we're all looking forward to is seeing how all the stories are interwoven. So Lily, your character finally was one of the ones we got to see show up in multiple seasons.
Yeah.
So how exciting was that? I knew that was coming. So how exciting was that for you to play, to have a character come back?
That was so exciting and so unexpected. Because when you start each season, you know that you're going to have to say, or at least that's what I thought until that moment, that you have to say goodbye to this person. And not only do you have to say goodbye to the person you've been playing, but you have to say goodbye to all the people that your fellow castmates have been playing. And I think that I was going to say too, with the rep thing, the joy of getting to start as someone new each season is so amazing, but also getting to sort of meet these people that you already have a relationship with and have been acting with, but you meet them for the first time again because they're playing someone else new too, and so you have this whole new relationship. But yeah, I definitely thought I had worn that habit for the last time, and I was wrong. And that was great. I was so thrilled to be able to come back and Sarah wasn't there that day, and she was like, text me the minute you have it on. I can't believe it.
Picture of the bed with the thing and the, you know, I'm Sister Mary Eunice, like I wanted the whole thing.
Yeah, it was very exciting, and also so brilliant. Not me but the tying it together in that way was, I thought, so incredible and typical of Ryan to come up with something like that.
Alexis, sorry. Jamie, were you going to say something?
I was saying that we're all family.
Absolutely. It's what makes the show so special.
On or off the set, off the set, at certain times, we're family. I often, just occasionally, whenever I feel a little lonely sometimes, and I find the right time to do it, I would buzz Gabby, see on how she's doing. I would buzz Sarah, and see on how she's doing. Connie as well. And at certain times, I'm trying to do Lily. And
Texas me drunk 3 a.m. Hey! We gotta get her help. We gotta get her help.
I would never do that, Gabby. But we're a huge family.
Dear Gabby, I love you. Let's go get some horns.
Bam, 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 bam. Move.
The ladies of the Academy.
Yes. Not teenage girls.
Ladies can have fun too. So Alexis, do you anticipate more characters from the past showing up in future seasons? Jennifer.
I say nothing, but I think Ms. Jennifer Salt, I'm throwing it back your way, but I'm
asking. I wasn't anticipating getting answers, but I figured I would ask.
Yeah, that's kind of how it is.
Yeah, I figured that's how it was going to go.
You'd have to shoot me afterwards if I...
Ryan's not here.
Yeah, that's right. I know.
I know, Ryan's
about it.
Guess what? Just what? Yes, queen. Yes.
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 Soon enough.
Soon enough?
Soon enough more will be revealed, I guess.
It's as much as I'm getting, right? Yeah.
That's
okay.
it. I'm really sorry.
I tried. Okay.
I look after myself.
Can't blame a girl for trying. Sarah, so when do you find out what character you're playing? I mean, when do they break the news to you? Oh, by the way, you're going to have 2 heads this season. How does that conversation go?
Ryan said that to me midway through season 3. And boy, I started using that twin emoji on the iPhone like a lot. To all my friends or to people who knew.
Sarah, remember when I predicted it and no one knew anything?
But then I know, and was I sort of faking really?
Yeah, well, I predicted, I go, I bet next year, you'll probably have 2 heads, that way you can do 2 characters at the same time, and you got really quiet, and you go, who told you? I was like, I'm psychic, bitch!
So funny how I don't remember that. Yeah, so he said it to me, and I thought, I'm going to choose to imagine that will never come to pass, because I didn't know how they would do it. I don't think he knew. He said, I don't know how we're going to do it, but that's what I want you to play. He didn't know how, and I remember just thinking, until I get that first script, I didn't want to read about it. I didn't want to watch anything about Brittany and Abby Hensel or any person that I could find that research-wise, and I was chomping at the bit to do it, but I thought, I'm going to do this, and then he's going to come to me and say, oh, lady, it's way too hard to do. We don't know how to do it, so now you're going to be, I don't know what. And I would have been so crushed, and so I just sort of put off all of that stuff until about 2 weeks before we started shooting, when I got the script, and I thought, oh, I am doing this. This is great.
So next season you're going to be playing?
Oh, you're trying to trick everybody. No, I have no answer for that.
But you will be in next season.
What?
You will be in next season?
I don't know the answer to that. I don't know.
All right, show of hands. Who's in next season? All right.
I'm playing
Lady Gaga
Sarah's
in the
voice
house?
double. I am playing Sarah's voice double. You can never be my voice double. Occasionally, when we need a line that we don't have from one of our fabulous female actresses, I will temp it in post as a placeholder.
It was no good. It was no good.
I'd love a new hat.
No! I remember listening to it and thinking, I was like, what is that?
That is,
What is that?
that is real work.
I'm
That is
sorry.
real dedication.
You are very gifted at what you do.
Oh, I'm coming for you. Coming for you, Sarah.
I have another hammer.
I do.
Sorry, what were you
The next question is going to be for you. Kathy, how much freedom do you have to create your characters? I read that you decided that your character was going to have a Baltimore accent.
No, Ryan told me.
Oh, really?
And he probably rused the day. All of you listening out there, however, I want to just set the record straight, and even the couple of linguistic experts that went online to analyze every note.
Stay off of Twitter.
Dennis O'Hare's husband has two friends who live in Baltimore, and he said, "What do you think of Kathy's accent?" And they both said, "What accent?" And I'll tell you another little secret. The way I learned it, they didn't have a dialect coach for me. Like they did from some other people who are not here.
Jessica.
Jessica. The German accent. So,
sorry.
Yes.
Jessica.
I had to look mine up online, and I found a spot which was so great. It has the Star Spangled Banner in a Baltimore accent. So that was my prep every day. If we have time later, I'll do it for you.
We've got time now. Okay.
No.
All right. We'll make time. Gabby.
So you don't have any, Ryan is the one who picks it up. I was killing to do a French accent the first season, and he said, no! Just like
That's how he said it.
I said, it's your show.
Maybe someone good.
I'm sorry. Continue.
That's okay. Gabby, you seem so fearless on screen. Does anything rattle you? Is there anything anyone presents you with that you're like, no, I'm not going to do that?
Did you have something to say? Oh, are you talking about Papa Legba?
Yes, I am talking about Papa Legba.
God damn it. So, I'm scared of everything and everyone.
Except me.
Except for Kathy. I fake it pretty well. The only thing that really rattled me, I feel like the story's too long, but here we go.
Well.
So, okay, does everyone remember the Papa Legba episode? Okay, so the whole thing is that Queenie so she talks in Latin the whole day. I was really worried about it, and my drive to work was 6 minutes. On the drive, I was so nauseous, I had to pull over because I thought I was gonna throw up. I got hair and makeup, holding on to a bucket because I thought I was gonna throw up. I didn't know why I was worried, but I was worried. So cut to the Latin lady comes over and teaches me the words, and I won't repeat them. But here's what happened. I say the words, and I kept thinking, God, words have power. So, cut to I'm laying in the bed. The light fixture that had been there for 6-7 months starts shaking out of nowhere. It would stop, and then it would start again. And then people were like, "Oh, it's Papa Legba." I was like, "Shut up, you guys! Words have power." So we're still shooting, and then I go to get up, and my back does not work. I can't move. But that's happened before, and they threatened to shut down production, so I was like, don't tell anybody, just get me a patch. So anyway, cut to, we start shooting literally right across the hall. That light, I'm still shooting the scene because it takes a lot to do the special effects of it. So it's still these Latin words. That light fixture that kept randomly shaking, boom, crash, falls on the ground. Like, falls. So, and I was like, no, you guys. So then we're still shooting, and this is so messed up, but I felt like a finger on my chin. And we're still shooting, and we're doing a close-up, and the finger keeps moving up, and all of a sudden, it's in my lip, and the makeup artist says to me, "Oh shit, my lip became like 5 times big." It was so, and we finally we shut down. I go to the hair and makeup trailer. They're so scared. The medic is running over to like check out my lip. While he's coming over, I hear scratching on the trailer. Scratch, 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 scratch. Like something was trying to get in that goddamn trailer, you guys. So the makeup, I was in there with one makeup lady. It was just the two of us, and I go, pray right now. So she does this prayer, and she does this prayer, and then she claps her hands, and it stops. Then the medic comes in. The medic's like, oh no, we need to rush you to the hospital ASAP. It's 11 o'clock at night. I start banging. I don't want to go to the emergency room at 11 o'clock at night. So they're like, okay, go home. We'll send a doctor to you. So the doctor came over, and I called my friend who's Catholic. So I feel like she's got Jesus on the main line. So she comes over and she gives me like Michael's prayer. Like Michael is, I guess, the archangel who banished, like, yeah, it's serious, guys. He banished Satan to hell, and he's under his foot. He can't get up. So like she prayed for me, and then it went away. Okay, cut to the last episode. Remember, we all go back to hell on our own. Now, I'm the only one that knows these words. I refuse to say it, but Lily cannot get it right. I know, but you were really nervous. And like, we all have to say
people who
no, I
got it right.
I know, but I remember specifically doing it for you. Because I felt like, we just didn't, I mean, it's fine.
I'm really good at learning lines.
Anyway, it was, because she's not here. Screw you, Emma. So Emma's like, and I'm like, I won't do it. My lip. And Emma's like, oh, you're afraid of Papa Legba? I'm like, it's real, bitch. So anyway, mind you, the first time it happened, I called Sarah, and Sarah believes me immediately. And Sarah's like, do you want to come to my house right now? I will hold you like a baby. And I was like, I've got it. So we all have to say these words. I refuse to say it. Then I feel bad. I'm like, fine, I'm going to say it. And I start feeling a finger here. I don't say anything to anyone because everybody already thinks I'm crazy. The finger moves down, down, down. All of a sudden, what happened, ladies? My top lip. The other lip, 5 times bigger. They have to rush me. They have to rush a medic in again. And the only thing that was the same was those goddamn Papa Legba words. Do not do this at home, you guys. Yeah.
You were like, look at my lip. Look at my lip. It is really big. It got big. It got real big. Yeah, it did.
Words of power, and now we know.
Well, I think that's a good segue for my next question. What's the scariest scene you've ever done on the show? Kathy?
I think it's when I gouged the guy's eyeballs out. No, it wasn't scary. I was just really upset, because, but I mean, when I got in there, they said, okay, bend your thumb, so it really looks like you're gouging in there. And wait a minute, and there was another guy that was pulling the string out that's supposed to be your eye, nerve or whatever, and it was really upsetting. It was upsetting. Oof. And all those people in the cages and everything, because you knew that's what she really did. And I had my great-great-grandfather was in New Orleans at the same time as she was. So that was really freaky. And he was working for Andrew Jackson, and the Jackson plantation was next to the Lalaurie plantation. So it was really freaky to think that may have known each other. Anyway. It's hard following that.
It is. I mean, I'm sorry. Someone had to do it. Sarah?
The scariest shooting thing, or the scariest, because when we did Nan's funeral, we were actually shooting in a cemetery, and it was very scary. In New Orleans, all the cemeteries are above ground, obviously, and there was one grave that was completely open, and I could see a femur and a rib cage, and that was just sort of disturbing, to say the least, to just sort of go, well, God, we're all gunning for that, I guess. I mean, that's just sort of terrifying. That was really scary. It felt a little bit weird to be sort of, craft service was set up over on Bobby so-and-so's grave. And you're like, sorry, I'm really sorry. I just need to get some coffee. You know what I mean? It was a little weird. That was scary. That and maybe gouging my own eyes out as Cordelia was scary. Just
Great job with that.
Thanks.
No, she really did. You did an amazing job.
I think it was just because when you actually have to take something and thrust it towards your face. That's not
And then we have this evening's soundbite.
Now I know why you did it so well. You've had so much practice.
Yeah, God knows.
Ladies.
Connie?
Well, on that note, I'd have to say the scariest thing for me was dying in childbirth, the thrusting and the thing. Yeah, but that was probably the scariest, mostly because I was like, my legs are spread for hours at a time, and I've got...
This is taking a turn.
The women of American Horror Story. What do you expect?
And I got the dude standing there, and I got all the crazy shit going on around me, and they just keep throwing more blood on me, and mostly I'm just really afraid that I'm going to look like an idiot. That was really, and I had also just adopted my son, so I thought it was really strange that I was a brand new mother, and I was, as words have power, as I was lying there for 8 hours dying in childbirth. I thought, what does this mean? It turns out it meant absolutely nothing. Everything's fine. But yeah.
Lily?
I was going to say that we had this scene where I actually was in the coffin in one of those, and that was not I really made you talk to me through the until action.
But it was scary. You're in a coffin.
Yeah.
You close it and put it in a box. Come on.
Yeah. But then I was going to say I also was scared when I had to meet Stevie Nicks. I was so nervous. I was so nervous. But the great thing when we first met, which was before shooting the scene, and I said, I'm so nervous, and she said, oh, I'm so nervous, and she took my hand and she said, well, let's just hold hands all day. So that was great. I wish she was still holding my hand.
For me, the scariest scene or the most challenging scene?
You can do both.
Honestly, ones that I really got a kick out of were, well, all of them, but the ones that required me doing stunt work for the first time. Being dragged across the street in the first season. And then from there, I got upscaled with Coven as Nan. And it was a neat little secret and tip. It's actually thanks to Nan's, my character's clairvoyance, that we see Kathy, that we see Delphine. Basically see her, because that's her, in a way, her reveal to modern day, in that sense. So it's kind of neat, bringing a powerhouse woman in that kind of way. And then right after that, the zombie attack in the cars with Alex Draymond. First time getting a love interest. And also, with that, this, for me, is this, a collage of different scenes. And also, we're thinking about Jessica Lange being drowned by her. And that scene, I actually practiced like a couple of weeks in advance of that scene putting myself under the water in my hotel room. True story, I'm going in my hotel room with these earplugs in, and I'm like, okay, hopefully I don't die from this on my own. But it turned out to be a huge success. Just think about Papa Legba also being in that scene as well. That, at first, would have creeped me out because of his makeup. Honestly, he calmed me down so easily. Right with that and walking out with him, I thought I was going to be terrified, but I was like, he's like, just think of us as family. And that really heightened for me. And I just love it. And also being killed by Neil Patrick Harris in the freak show. And that was actually the very first time I actually got murdered by Neil. With all the, and it was actually a true, I thought it was gonna be blood packs for Marjorie being killed by him, but it wasn't. It was an actual blood tank attached to me and Neil with the stabbing. I was like, oh great. I actually had to get in part of my body like rinsed off, and have someone okay help me get that blood off. It soaked through the dress.
Yeah, I don't want to see your blood budget for this show.
So I think about scary scenes. Hopefully I wonder how people reacted to seeing that.
Alexis, how much research do you guys have to do for the show, for the series?
Well, so Jennifer is one of our writers, and I spend a lot of time in post-production dealing with the cut, and so we spend a lot of time, the writers do such a beautiful job of really, really delving into the world and creating just beautiful and fully formed concepts. And then when we get to post, because unfortunately a lot of times we have to cut things out for time or this or that, and you really want to make sure that you're not cutting the research, the stakes of the scene, the basis of what makes it work and what you believe in. And so I think it's kind of a combination of both, but I know the writing team does an insane amount of research and conceptualization to get it, to make it authentic and to make it feel real. And then it always comes back to, as a team and as a collaboration, we have these women, these amazing women who, add that authenticity. So.
Can I add something here
Of course.
Okay, okay, this is serious, so no, really. Jamie mentions family. And I know it's the ladies of American Horror Story, but I would like to take this moment to remember our friend Ben Wolf.
Thank you. Why do you all think audiences have responded so much to this show? Jennifer, do you want to answer that one?
Well, I think people love scary things. It's a horror show, but I think everything in it is, I think it's full of the unexpected. I think it's scary, but it has some other kind of wildness to it and glamour, and it's always so beautiful to look at, and it just has some kind of it's just always over here. Just when you think it's going to be like this, it's over here. It's full of surprises, and I think that's what people love about it. I think it's impossible to know what you're going to see next.
It's fun.
From anyone. It's just a great, fun thing. It's just fun.
Also, I think audiences like to be challenged, and I think this show is really innovative, and I think it's a very specific vision that we haven't seen anywhere else. And audiences appreciate that. They like to see things that they haven't seen before. They like to be dared to see something that might be scary to them, or not scary, but just something unusual. And I really give so much credit to Ryan and Brad and all the writers, because I think it's very hard. It's very hard to execute that and to do it in a way where the audience feels constantly exhilarated and challenged and excited. And I think that's great TV.
Absolutely. That the marketing, I can remember driving across Beverly Boulevard and seeing a billboard that was white with a woman who was pregnant and a guy in a black rubber suit, and my eye just went, what the hell is that? And it just like grabbed you, and it just took you right away. I want to see that. What's behind that billboard? What's going on there? And the woman who does that every year is just phenomenal, and you always want to know. And even the opening credits, you keep wanting to watch it again to see what else you missed. you know?
Connie, did you have any idea that first season what the show was going to become?
No, I'm never good at predicting what things are going to become, but I can tell you in regards to that poster was just among the many things that I felt sure would never actually make it on TV. Starting with the Rubber Man, which I read in the script and was like, there's no way that's going to be on the show, not a chance. And, you know, and then a picture of, and then I remember doing the photo shoot before that, and that's actually not me on the poster, but I remember doing the photo shoot, which sort of led to that, and thinking, they're not going to show the Rubber Man with a pregnant lady. Like, that is disgusting. Like, it's not happening, guys. I mean, I really could not have been more wrong about anything, and was thrilled to be wrong about it, you know, because, and that's what I mean. I think it was groundbreaking, you know, a guy in a rubber suit. I read that and I was like, that is ludicrous. Nobody's gonna watch that. It will be cut. The network won't allow it. I don't know what I'm talking about, guys. Never ask me any advice about anything.
So we got some questions from Twitter and Facebook, so I want to give those guys some chance to get their questions in. So Lily, this one's for you. Was it more fun to play Sweet Mary Eunice or Possessed Mary Eunice?
Oh, that's such a good question, but the truth is, even when I was possessed, I was still playing Sweet Mary Eunice. I mean, she never totally left. So I guess I think the thing I loved the most was getting to play them both at the same time, or sort of be caught in between that struggle of light and dark and sort of trying to survive, but also being so tempted by all of these things that Sweet Mary Eunice had never dreamt of. Or so I guess, but it was really fun when I went back this year to go back to Sweet Mary Eunice, who had no idea what was coming for her. That was such a true pleasure to get to hang out with her again. So.
Maybe we'll see her again. I have no idea. I'm making stuff up. All right, Sarah, this one's for you. Why do your characters never die?
Why do my characters never die?
Never die.
Because I'm the fucking supreme.
I so walked into that one.
I don't know. Am I allowed to say that they were maybe going to die this year? There was a whole thing afoot, I think. Am I going to get in trouble? I'm going to get shot. I'm going to get in trouble. I'm a fire. I think it wasn't always the plan for the twins to survive. I can say that. Can I say that? I think I can say that. I said it. Yeah, exactly. I said it. I don't think it was always the plan. And I think I was a little excited that I was going to maybe get to do a big, death scene or something. But then I also was happy to hold on to my title of the only person who's never died on the show. So you win some, you lose some.
You're a survivor. You're a survivor.
Yeah, I'm the survivor, yeah.
I like it.
Be quiet.
Kathy, you're going to love this one. Did the fake beard itch?
Your fake beard itch?
No. It was like a hummingbird's nest. Have you ever seen a hummingbird's nest? Have you ever touched a hummingbird's nest? Okay, so it's about. We don't have time for this. You saw me. She hadn't seen me in a long time, and she came and she said, I think it's the new black.
You were so distinguished. I loved it.
I kind of liked it.
I miss it.
Well, let me just say, I said the thing about losing my breast, and so a friend of mine who's also an actress says, oh, darling, now you can do character tits. And I thought, since I had the beard, that maybe then I could have gone without my, thingies, and I could have been a man, and that's how she could have walked out in the world where she was afraid to be. I said this was. I should have stopped after a hummingbird's nest. They're only the size of half an egg. And they can get 2 babies in there with their beards. Not their beards. Their beaks go in opposite directions. Fire. Fire.
Fire. Fire. No, I'm yelling fire. Gabby, how do you prefer this work to movie work or vice versa?
Okay. I like both. I like when you do a movie, you know the entire story before you step on set. But I also like being tricked into thinking I know what the end of the story is on this show, and then being completely wrong. Like, I was wrong about everything that I thought would happen. Like, I thought that, remember when Queenie had sex with that Minotaur? That was totally weird. But I was like, am I gonna have a baby now? But it didn't happen. So I like finding out what the story is, sort of with the pace of the audience in TV.
I thought you were psychic.
How dare you embarrass me in front of all of these people? We will talk about this later, Lily. We will talk about this later, Lily!
Get off stage. What? Don't you think we have to go now?
Jamie, exactly. Jamie, I'm ignoring them. Jamie, this one is from an Academy member for you. If you could invent your own character, what would it be and why?
If I invent my own character?
Invent your own character. You get to write your own series. You're playing Ryan Murphy.
That reminds me of my writing, actually, because I'm actually trying to get into some writing and learning the behind the scenes and learning the production side and everything. And so if I was to write an actual storyline, it'd be really neat to add in what would it be? A character that would actually wind up adding some dance and killing somebody. And singing.
Singing.
Yes. Because I remember being on set one time and singing this one song by You've Got a Friend by Carole King. Yeah. And some of these, Sarah got a chance to hear me sing. And it's quite neat. I still remember Matt.
Matt was doing the drum. Matt was doing the drums. He was trying to accompany you with the drums.
And there's a character that would add a little dance and singing at the same time, and then see ya. Basically saying the dance, the singing, and unless before I kill you, oh wow, add a little French to it. A little bit of dance, sing, and add French. Kathy.
And
do that French line.
And Jennifer, this one's for you from Facebook. What is it like writing for such a talented ensemble cast?
Oh, it just couldn't be more fun. It couldn't be more wonderful. It inspires you. It ups your game. It makes you laugh. When I'm by myself, and I love them so much, and to be able to think of things that will amuse them or challenge them in some way, I know they're going to enjoy. It's just nothing could be more fun than writing for these people. They just create an energy in me, it's fantastic.
So I have this question for everybody, and I'd like to just go down the line. Which has been your favorite season so far? Jennifer, let's do it.
Oh, gosh.
Yes, I'm going to make you choose between all of your children. Jennifer, start with you.
I'm just going to have to say it. I loved season 2. And it doesn't say anything about anybody. It's just somehow something about the mystery and I don't know. I loved it.
Gabby?
I'd have to say Coven, because I was there. And I got to do stuff that I've never been asked to do before, or again for that matter. But like, when I get like, the highlight of my 6-year career is of my entire career is getting shot in the stomach, falling on the ground, picking up a gun, and then army crawling, and then shooting myself in the brain, like through the mouth. Like I'm never gonna be asked to do that again. Never.
No, not gonna
I cut out a dude's heart, man. That was awesome. That's it.
Kathy?
What is what?
What's your favorite?
Which is your favorite?
Favorite season?
Season. What's my favorite season? Oh, I guess Coven. I don't know. I mean, each one that I've experienced has been wonderful. You know, I mean, Delphine was this just, like shot out of a cannon. But then the bearded lady had so much depth and so much, it was just, there was just something about her, that just really got to me. And so I don't know, I just loved those,
You know what I'm gonna say, it's so boring. Yeah, season 2 for me was my favorite. For many reasons, but
Give us one reason.
Lana Winters was a great character for me to play. I mean, it just, she got to be so many things. She was so flawed, and she was, greedy and ambitious and very smart and incredibly courageous. And I don't know, she was sort of something I would like to imagine I could be somehow, or, and even in her sort of weaker moments, I thought it's great to see it, because she started out sort of midway through the season, it seemed like she was going to be some sort of heroine or try to be. And then by the end, there was this dark moment where she kind of was touched by her own success and her own fame, which I thought was a very brave thing for them to add, and a very real thing to add to this. You have a spoonful of that and you can get real hungry real quick. And I thought it was a very honest thing to not just have her be this, holier than thou kind of pure thing. I really thought it was extraordinary thing that they did that. And so, yeah.
Connie?
Gosh, let me think. What season? Murder House, y'all. Shit. That's all.
Season 2. Yeah, I loved playing Misty Day so very much too, and it's very hard to choose between them, but I did have to spend a lot of time alone as Misty in my swamp. And so if I really, getting to, I loved playing Mary Eunice, and I loved the relationships that I had so much that season. I got to act with my friend, and and I loved my relationship with Jessica that year so much, and it was great. Yeah.
For me, it's kind of a mix. My favorite ones, my favorite season, is saying the lines like, "You're gonna die in there," season 1, and also. I've been hearing about season 2. I've been watching it and I love it. For one of the neatest ones that I would say that would be a big favorite of mine is the stunt work that I got to do in season 3.
That's great.
And saying lines like, "You're gonna pay, she has to pay." Patty LaPointe. This is a phenomenal lady and a great friend. And an amazing addition to Coven, as well as Stevie Nicks.
Alexis?
I'm obsessed with serial killers, so that puts me in season 1. I'm season 2, but I'm obsessed with ghosts, which puts me in season 1. And the Violet is Dead reveal from season 1 is one of the most brilliant things I think we've ever done. But then Lana has that rabbit chevron fur coat in season 2, so I don't know. I'm sort of divided between the two. That coat, you know which one in the finale? Oh God, I kept begging Lou to steal it for me. So if anyone has it, I'm coming for you, Sarah. So, I don't know, probably season 1 when it comes down to it. So.
Yeah!
Yeah.
love the part where Franny Conroy was the maid and then it became the younger
Yeah.
maid.
I
And,
love that too. I mean, that was there was some really great stuff.
Moira. Woof.
Well, I can't wait to see what's in store for season 5. So,
what?
If I can have the house lights up, please. We have some exciting giveaways for people in the audience. Ooh. So, hi everybody. Good to see you. I've been staring out in the darkness. So, if I call out your seat numbers, raise your hand, and someone's going to come out to meet you and give you a little giveaway to thank you all for coming out tonight. We've got little treats. And while that is happening, I hope you have prepared some. Hey, hush. Shh. Still pay attention to me. Thank you. Thank you. And then while that's happening, if you've got questions, we'll be able to take some questions from the audience. So this is like bingo. M108. I'm not hearing any answers. Okay, H2, I110.
What's happening right now?
They're getting giveaways. These are people's seats. And they're getting surprises. Is this happening? Yes, it's happening? Okay. So M108, H2, okay, I110, H101, J6. Bingo, thank you. The bingo joke's working? Yeah, not so much. Okay. L105, L5. Are we excited by our giveaways? No, not so much? Has anyone gotten a giveaway? Are we excited? Are we happy? Okay. Yay, thank you. Thank you. Yes, and then we'll go to questions. We're just doing, yes. Yeah, this is the wait. C101, N4, J1, F104. We good? All right, then we're going to go to audience questions. So line up at the mics. Hi, do you have a question for our esteemed panel?
Yes. This is for all of you ladies. Which moment or scene of the show, any season, was the most empowering for you as a woman?
Nice question.
Do you have an answer?
I think so. I really liked in Murder House when all of the time she tried to leave, your character tried to leave the husband, and mostly when she stabbed him. That was very empowering for me, you guys. You were such a strong character.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, that was a cool, and that was a fun character to play because it felt like it was going to be the sort of very prototypical, vulnerable, victim-y woman character, and so it felt like we got to really turn that on its ass a little bit, which was kind of good.
Thank you. Hi there. I have to say that this panel was incredible, and I really need a podcast with Sarah and Kathy, and then Gabby and again, because I think that would just be amazing. As someone who works in social media, you guys have done incredible things for females on television, and you guys have also taken that offline. So I'm wondering if there's something from your character that you've taken offline that has made you a better person. And because a lot of times you guys are tweeting incredible things and these beautiful, essentially feminist moments that aren't really meant to be feminist moments, but just beautiful, empowering moments. So I'm wondering, what's the one thing you've taken from your character offline from TV, essentially?
Sarah, do you want to take that one? You want me to take that one?
I would like you to take that one.
I don't know if this is going to answer the question exactly, but there's something about playing two people that share a body that it's sort of somehow I think that it allowed me to get a little bit more comfortable in my mind with the duality of things that go on inside you as a person. I think sometimes you can fight that because you want to be, you have an idea about what you should be or who you should be, or And I think I had to kind of confront how uncomfortable I was about the myriad of people who live inside of me. So, shut up. So there was something about playing that and having to kind of hold these two people with very different wants and viewpoints. And go ahead, Kat.
Okay, so I wanted just to say, because this was really important. Playing the bearded lady, I happened to read a news story about a young woman who has also had a beard. I think she was Muslim, and she wasn't allowed to cut her facial hair, and people were laughing at her about it. And she came back with these beautiful answers to them. And that was something that was very inspiring to me, is to hear this young woman with so much full of light and life in her life was just sharing that with everyone. That's what I took away from it.
Also answers the previous question as well for empowering. For me, it's with each character that I portrayed, the fashion. Lou is phenomenal. Her costumes and her team is incredible. And with that, for me personally, seeing the costumes being made, and now me being one of the first women with Down syndrome to walk a catwalk in the New York Fashion Week. It was very empowering to exactly envision seeing those characters of any character and going for it.
Fantastic, thank you.
Following my heart, the shoes of my heart, and going for it.
Hi, I'm short, so I'll try to make this work. So it's such an honor to be here with all of you tonight. My question is for Sarah. Well, I have a comment first and then a question. So as a television and film student and as a member of the queer community, something I'm always on the lookout is for proper queer representation. And, you know, for your character Lana, while she was selfish and greedy at times, she was also resilient as hell, and she was strong and everything that I want to be. So what was it for you? What was it like for you to play such a strong queer female lead?
It was wonderful. I mean, I, you know, for better or for worse, I didn't think about playing her as a gay woman. I thought about playing her as a woman, and, you know, that's just sort of how I approached it. And the fact that was sort of something I thought was in the writing about it, was that she was much more comfortable with who she was than anyone else in the community or anyone else around her. And it wasn't really an issue for her. It was an issue for her lover, but it was not something that she was as afraid about. And so I sort of just took my cue from the text, and it was an empowering thing to think about things in that way and not worry so much about what is thought of you and who you are and all that.
I'm sorry, we're gonna have to end it there. So thank you so much for coming. Thank you all for coming tonight, and thank you so much for a fantastic panel. Thank you.
Oh, they didn't get to ask their question.